Hello everyone, and thank you for visiting my video on how to make black bean sauce stir fry. The first thing you'll need is a red pepper. Then we're gonna go ahead and grab us one garlic clove. Yeah. Some Yukon Gold potatoes. Shiitake mushrooms. And I'm just gonna go through and talk us through this visual presentation. There's some fresh spinach right there. This is gonna be a very good black bean sauce stir fry. And we're doing this for brunch. This is a brunch meal that I'm making that's cauliflower. This is a brunch meal that I'm making. If you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel. There's some broccoli. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Now, all the labeled ingredients that you'd see here, such as what I'm about to present to you now. Oh no, that's yesterday's crepe batter. Yep. I didn't use it all yesterday, so I'm going to use it today. And now we have the Kikkoman black bean sauce with garlic and Kikkoman soy sauce. Now, like I said, the labeled products you see here, you can find at everythingo.net. McCormick sea salt. And some olive oil there. Some black pepper, straight from the grinder. Notice, I use only Tefal. This is my Tefal non-stick wok. That's my Tefal 14-inch frying pan, non-stick. Those are beautiful products. You can find that at everythingo.net. Once again, subscribe anywhere. YouTube channel. Subscribe at Philadelphia Waffle Company. Subscribe to everythingo.net. Leave us your email. Let us contact you. Be the first on new recipes and ideas for the kitchen at home. Alright, so what I'm doing now is breaking up the broccoli. I want stem, but I don't want the really thick skin at the bottom. The thick stem at the bottom, excuse me. Now I'm breaking up the cauliflower the same way as I break up the broccoli. There we go. Now I'm gonna cut the spinach. Now I want the stems. I leave the stems of the spinach in. I leave it all here. I love the stems of the spinach. Cut the red pepper. Trying to get as much of it off as possible. Notice how I'm cutting it. Not in the small tiny pieces, but you know, medium pieces. Bite size. Now I'm cutting the shiitake mushrooms. You know, wheels and wedges, I guess. real thin wedges. Again, bite size. Cutting the garlic. Not too much garlic. The black bean sauce has garlic in it already. But what we want to do is bring that flavor out. So we use 1 garlic clove. Cut the onion. Chop, 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 chop. Chop, 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 chop. Notice we didn't mince the onions, we didn't cut them into tiny pieces. Just cut them maybe 4 or 5 times. Keep your kitchen clean as you go. It's good. There we go. Now we're ready to continue. Ready to continue. Now what do we got? Got some potatoes. What we're gonna do with the potatoes is dice them. We're gonna dice the potatoes. We're gonna make a nice little some home fries with those. Moving right along, moving right along, moving right along, moving right along. Right now I'm cleaning the potatoes. Alright, put the bowl there for the chopped potatoes. Once they come off the board, chop, 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 chop. It's not hard. Cooking is not very hard. You do want to practice as much as you can. Be creative with your palate as well as visually, because before you eat, you want what you eat to be appealing to you before you eat it. In other words, you taste with your eyes before you taste. You actually taste. So keep that in mind. So when I look at my plate, I like to see shapes like squares, because visually that's familiar to me. It gives me a sense of order, preparedness. This is almost real time. It's sped up. But this is a meal that won't take more than an hour to complete. If you have all your ingredients prepared for you. If you have help even, won't take long at all. If you have help, you can cut this in half. You can cut this prep and cooking time in half if you have help. Like cutting the potatoes, I don't really like cutting potatoes because it takes long, and the fun part for me is when I actually hear the sizzle of these ingredients on the plate. So the cutting part isn't that fun for me. but it's a part of the process, so I love it all. All right, so if you notice, I put the last little bit of potatoes with the vegetables. That's because I don't have anything starchy in there, and I need something starchy for when I stir fry those vegetables. So that's why I put those potatoes in there. So it all will also come together with the brunch, with the other components of the brunch. So now I'm preheating my Tefal. Guys, if you don't have a Tefal for this type of cooking, you're sadly mistaken. You need to get your Tefal. Go to everythingo.net, grab your Tefal. Make sure that you're cooking with Tefal. When it comes to non-stick, to me, they're the best. The best pots, pans, whatever to use for non-stick, go with Tefal. They're much more durable. They last longer. I'm gonna do a comparison video of other cooking pans. You'll notice that Tefal, they're thicker than most, and I think that's why they last longer. They don't bend as much. Sometimes when you heat things and you keep things over sustained heat, they wear. You notice it because it warps the metal. Heat can warp the metal, but with Tefal, the metal's thicker, so I think they're much more durable than other brands that way. Tefal, you can find that at everythingo.net. Just go to the cooking page at everythingo.net. As soon as you go to the page, you'll see the cooking link. You click on that, and you'll see all the recipes, as well as links, suggestive links to different products. Tefal is definitely one of them. I love my Tefal non-stick cooking pans. Now, here's where the fun begins, when we start to hear the sizzle on the pan. Hoo-wee. So I'm putting the butter on the pan, and what I'm doing, it seems like the potatoes always take the longest to cook. So what I'm doing is sizzling that butter, reducing it to liquid, and then I'm putting the potatoes on there. We're going to spread them out, try to get them all covered in butter, and what we're going to do is let them brown and try to get them brown on as many sides as possible throughout the video. It's not going to happen with all of them, but we want to get them all as even as possible, so that's what we're doing there, spreading it out. Notice that pan on the left, that is a Tefal as well. I don't use anything else except for Tefal. These non-stick pans, they're the best. And I love the way that I cook. Things are gonna stick if you don't have the right cooking utensils, but that's not the case with Tefal. You will definitely not be disappointed. Your pans will look brand new every single time you use them. Of course, you need to care for them properly, but Tefal, definitely the best. What I just did was put some olive oil in the wok on the right. Now I'm throwing the veggies in there. Oh yeah. When you hear that sizzle, everything's gonna make sense when you hear that sizzle. All right. Now we got everything sizzling. We want to get those veggies nice and seared. Turning those potatoes. Getting those brown. You want those golden brown potatoes, man. The size of the potatoes that I diced them are very important because the way that you're cooking them, they're not submerged in any type of oil. So you want to make sure that you cut them small enough to cook all the way through when you do cook them in the butter. Look at those colors. I just love colors when I'm cooking. The colors are very important to me. If I don't see a rainbow or if I don't see a scheme or something, I don't know. It's got to look pretty to me and it's got to be full. I want to see colors. Right now, green is what's taking over. Yeah. And I love it. All right. By now we're smelling the garlic, the butter and the potatoes. It's smelling like brunch right now. It's definitely smelling like brunch. I removed the veggies from the wok heat. Put them back on the wok heat. About to add a little more olive oil. And now about 3 heaping spoonfuls of black bean sauce. Kikkoman black bean sauce. And we're going to make sure we coat all of the vegetables with that black bean sauce. The heat's still on. Now we're gonna add that soy sauce, the Kikkoman soy sauce. Which really brings out the flavor of the black bean sauce, the garlic, and it brings everything in together in the wok. Look at that color. That color is just amazing. Look at the color of the potatoes. Notice the golden brown. We're getting as much of it golden brown as possible. Right now it's smelling like brunch, guys. Soon we'll put the finishing touches on brunch. This is how we do it. I'm gonna crack about 3 eggs. Make 3 eggs over easy. Look at that color. Look at that color. The contrast between the eggs and the veggies. The potatoes brings it all together. Now when we plate it up, it's gonna have a rustic look to it. It's very filling. I spare no expense when it comes to the portions, because man, I'll be hungry. Sometimes when I eat brunch, that's the only meal I eat in the day because it's so filling. Like this one, this is gonna be the only meal I eat today. Because it's so filling. You got the eggs, you got the potatoes, you got the vegetables. You got everything you need for a day on a plate once this is done. You'll see. Actually, it'll take 2 plates. Put some salt and pepper on that. I'm so excited, we're almost ready to plate it up. Right now, back to my 14-inch T-fowl frying pan, non-stick. We're about to make a crepe on that. Now the smell of the crepe is definitely what's gonna set brunch off. This is what lets your guests know, listen, it's time to eat. This is when everybody's starting to salivate. They're trying to come in the kitchen like, what are you cooking, bro? What are you cooking? And you tell them, yo, go sit down, enjoy your mimosa. Food will be out in a second. Throw the potatoes on the plate. Boom. Throw them eggs on the plate. This is the brr part of the meal. The brr. Look at that, plated up. Beautiful brown crepe. Now we're gonna plate the crepe up, and we'll be ready to eat. I'm salivating. I'm ready to eat. My mimosa's gone. I'm not gonna drink any more mimosa until after I eat this delicious meal. Hello.